Okay, now, in my previous video, we talked about Eton College. So we said Eton College is one of the oldest school in the UK, and it's private. It's private and very, very expensive. Only rich people can afford for their children to enroll at this school. And then we discussed the facilities, the buildings and the facilities that Eton College has got. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to talk about parts of a school. Parts of a school. So, this is vocabulary that I want you to acquire, to learn, so it can help you along with the other things we've learned or the other vocabulary we learned as part of your education in the word theme. Now, look at the parts of school. Canteen, classroom, corridor, gym, hall, head teacher's office, ICT room. And remember what I said about ICT room, ICT? So ICT stands for Information and Communication Technology Room. So, guess what do students study in an ICT room? They study computing. Computing. So, in an ICT room, we find computers, a lot of computers. Now remember, information and communication technology. So, library, so you know what's a library? Music room, playing field, it's a playing field for sports, reception, a science lab, and the word lab is short for laboratory, stairs, teacher's room, and toilets. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make you listen to these words to remember the pronunciation, to remember how these words are pronounced. Let's try. Okay, are you ready?
Lesson 3C, Exercise 4. Canteen.
Canteen.
Classroom.
Classroom.
Corridor.
Corridor.
Gym.
Hall.
Head teacher's office.
Head teacher's office. ICT room. Library. Music room. Playing field. Reception. Science lab. Stairs. Teacher's room. Toilets. Excellent. So, this vocabulary is part of school. So anytime you want to describe a school, so you can use this vocabulary, you can use these words. So remember the pronunciation. Now, Eton College. Now, you remember what we said about Eton College. We've got Eton College, and then we've got Whitebridge Comprehensive. Whitebridge Comprehensive is another school. Whitebridge Comprehensive. So, Eton College is a private school Whitebridge Comprehensive is a state school. State school. So, state school, private school. Private school, state school, or a public school. So, if you remember the word to subsidize or to fund. So, state schools are often subsidized by the government, whereas private schools are only private. They receive no funding, no money from the government. So, which makes it private schools are more expensive than state schools. So, what are we going to do? We're going to talk about the different information. We are asked to find out information about Eton College. So, this information, we can find it in our text. So, Eton College is a private school. So, number 1, years old. Now, we talked about how old is Eton College. So, let's find it in the text. So, how old is Eton College? Years old. We've got here years old. Let's look back to our text. So, Eton College is over 570 years old. 570 years old. So, how old is Eton College? Eton College is 540 years old. Now, students. Between brackets, we've got no girls. So, what type is Eton College? What type of school is Eton College? Is it a mixed school? Now, here we've got no girls. So, it's only boys students. Boys students. So, this means that girls in England cannot apply to Eton. Okay. Now, teachers. We've got a number. If you remember, how many teachers are there at Eton College? So, 160 teachers. 160 teachers. Now, let's look in the text. This college has got 160 teachers. 160 teachers. So, that's the number. 160 teachers. So, here we should put 160 teachers. Now, teachers. What about the students? So, we said boys students. What about their number? How many students are enrolled at Eton? How many students? So we said no girls, just boys, but how many? Let's find out in the text. Second line, there are about 1,300 students. Are there any girls in this 1,300? No, just boys. 1,300 boys. Okay. How about the number of classrooms? So, how many classrooms has Eton College got? How many classrooms? We can go to the paragraph that deals with facilities, buildings and facilities. Now look, there are about 100 classrooms. 100 classrooms. 100 classrooms, lots of science laboratories, ICT rooms and music rooms, a concert hall, 2 theaters, a gym, 2 swimming pools, 20 tennis courts, 20. So you notice tennis is very popular at this school. So how many classrooms? 100 classrooms. So in our table, number 4, How many classrooms? 100 classrooms. Now, different sports. Different sports. How many different sports do students at Eton do? How many? Now, paragraph D that talks about sport. Sport is very important at Eton College. Students can do more than 40 different sports, including rugby, cricket, rowing, fencing, and water polo. All students do sport every day. Many of the sport teachers are professional sports people. So how many sports? 40 different sports. So number 5, we should write 40 different sports. Now, students at Eton, at what age can they start? And what's the percentage of students who go on to university after leaving Eton College? So they start at age, in the text, age 13. Age 13. Age 13. Age 13. Age 13. So, but they have to take a special entrance exam. They have to take an entrance exam. So, they are 13 years old. So, students at Eton start at the age of 13. Now, how old are they when they leave Eton? Most students stay at the school until they are 18 years old. So they enroll at this school when they are 13, and they can leave the school to go on to university when they are 18 years old. So here we should write, start at age 13. Start at age 13. Now, percentage of students, of successful students, by the way. So, successful students, because successful students are always the students who go on to university. So, the number is 99%. 99%. 99%, that leaves 1%. 1% of students who do not want to go to university, 99%. So here, 99% of students go to university. Excellent. Now, let's look at this photo and talk about this photo and talk about the words we just learned. The words we just learned. So you see, this is a classroom. So in this classroom, we've got girls and boys. So it's a mixed school. Now, look at the clothes. Look at the clothes the students are wearing. They are uniforms. So what are these uniforms? So you see, boys and girls are wearing shirts, and ties, blue shirts and ties. The same thing for the girls. So here, students are wearing uniforms. So we see a classroom, we see a desk, we see textbooks, notebooks, posters. You see the posters? Posters. But I'm going to ask you this question. If we compare this photo, this school, with Eton College, does it look the same? No. Because this school looks like a state school. It's not private, it's not like Eton, but it looks more like a state school. books, bookshelves, books, posters, the teacher's desk, pencils, textbooks, books, notebooks. Excellent. Now, we are going to listen to an interview with a student from a state school, not a private school. So we said a state school is the school that is funded by the government. We're going to listen to an interview with a student from a state school and find out if these three sentences, 1, 2, 3 sentences, are true or false. Now, sentence 1, Catherine's school is in Birmingham, England. 2, Catherine doesn't wear a school uniform. 3, Catherine doesn't want to go to university. So let's listen and find out if these 3 sentences are true or false. Excellent.
Lesson 3C, exercises 7 and 8.
Hi, Catherine. Can you tell me about your school? Is it a state school or a private school?
It's a state school.
It's a state school.
It's called Whitebridge School.
It's called.
And it's in Birmingham.
Do you know how old it is?
Yes. It's about 50 years old.
Is it just for girls, or do boys go there too?
It's mixed. There are boys and girls.
And how many students are there in the school?
More than 800. I think there are 850.
850.
Yes, 850.
What about teachers? How many teachers are there in the school?
I think there are about 50.
And it's quite a big school. How many classrooms are there?
How many classrooms? Let me see. I'm not sure. I think there are about 35. And there's a gym and a hall, of course.
And a hall?
What sports can you do here?
We do lots of different sports. Football, basketball, hockey, netball, swimming, and athletics.
And you all wear a school uniform. Is that right?
Yes, green sweatshirt and grey trousers or skirt. I hate it.
And what age are the students when they start at the school?
They're 11, and they're 16 or 18 when they leave. Most students leave when they're 16.
Do a lot of students go to university when they leave school?
No, not many. About 20%, I think. But I want to go to university. I want to study English.
Well, good luck, Catherine. And thanks very much for answering my questions.
Okay, so we heard Catherine talking about her school, and the name of her school is Whitebridge Comprehensive. So, and where is her school located? Her school is located in Birmingham, England. So, number 1 is true. Catherine's school is in Birmingham. Now, number 2, Catherine doesn't wear a school uniform. Now, can you guess what she said about whether she wears a uniform or not? This one is false. She said we wear uniforms. She said we wear green sweatshirts and trousers. So her school, it is compulsory, obligatory for students to wear uniforms. Now number 3, Catherine doesn't want to go to university. No, this is false because Catherine wants to go to the university because in the interview she said, I want to go to university to study English. Excellent. So number 1 is true, number 2 is false, and number 3 is also false because she wants to go to university. Excellent. So, the name of her school The name of Catherine's school is Whitebridge Comprehensive. And we heard her saying that her school is state school. So we are going to listen again and find out the information. Now, how old is her school? Now, what type of school is it? Is it for just boys or for just girls or a mixed school? How many teachers? How many classrooms? How about the different sports? Now, at what age do the students start? And what percentage of students who go to university? So we are going to listen again and fill with the information in the following table. Okay. Okay, Whitebridge. I'm going to turn up the volume so I can help you, so you can listen clearly to the conversation.
Lesson 3C, exercises 7 and 8.
Hi, Catherine. Can you tell me about your school? Is it a state school or a private school?
It's a state school.
State school.
It's called Whitebridge School, and it's in Birmingham.
Do you know how old it is?
Yes, it's about 50 years old.
50 years old.
Is it just for girls, or do boys go there too?
It's mixed.
Mixed.
There are boys and girls.
Boys and girls.
And how many students are there in the school?
More than 800.
More than 800.
I think there are 850.
850.
Yes, 850.
What about teachers? How many teachers are there in the school?
I think there are about 50.
50.
And it's quite a big school.
50 teachers.
How many classrooms are there?
How many classrooms? Let me see. I'm not sure. I think there are about 35.
35.
And there's a gym and a hall, of course.
And a hall.
What sports can you do here?
We do lots of different sports. Football, basketball, hockey,
Hockey.
netball,
Netball.
swimming,
Swimming.
and athletics.
Athletics. So that's
And
makes
you
it
all
6.
wear a school uniform. Is that right?
6 different
Yes.
sports.
Green sweatshirt and grey trousers or skirt. I hate it.
And what age are the students when they start at the school?
They're 11
11.
and they're 16 or 18 when they leave.
When they leave.
Most students leave when they're 16.
Do a
11.
lot of students go to university when they leave school?
No, not many. About 20%, I think.
20%.
But I want to go to university. I want to study English.
Well, good luck, Catherine. And thanks very much for answering my questions.
Excellent. So, what's the difference between a state school like Whitebridge Comprehensive and Eton College? Now, the percentage of the students going to university for Whitebridge Comprehensive is 20%. 20%. Whereas Eton College, 99%. 99% of Eton students go to university and just 20% of students at Whitebridge Comprehensive go to university. So this is a state school and this is private school. So this makes Eton College more expensive and more prestigious. More expensive and more prestigious because state schools, 20%, private schools, 99%. And this is a big difference. This is a big difference. Excellent. Now, as an assignment, I want you to think. I want you to think as an assignment. I want you to think about these questions. Whether you study at Ibn Sahnun School, or Abdul Mumin School, or Tanjawi School, or Rahum Muhammad School, or any schools here in Saida. So, is your school a state school or private school? Try to answer these questions. Try to find out how old is your school. How old is your school? Now 3, try to think about how many students are there in your school. Then 4, is it a mixed school for both boys and girls? So I guess here in Saida, we only have mixed schools. Actually, Ibn Sahnun High School used to be a girls' school. But now Ibn Sahnun is for both boys and girls. Now, 5. How old are the students when they start and leave at your school? So in our high schools, our students usually start at the age of 14 and leave at the age of 18. Now, try to find out or think how many teachers are there at your school. And 7, do you wear a uniform? Do you wear a uniform? Excellent. Now, let's do this vocabulary activity. Now, you remember these words: canteen, classroom, corridor, gym, hall, head teacher's office. And by the head teacher's office, now head teacher, we mean the teacher in charge. So at your school, you can have like 5 teachers of maths, but only one of them is in charge. You can have 5 English teachers, but only one is in charge. Now, in charge of what? In charge of the subjects. Now, remember what we said about ICT room, information and communication technology. So what do we study in ICT? In ICT, we study mostly computing. Now, library, music room, playing field, reception, science lab, stairs, teacher's room. Now, let's do this activity to help you out with remembering the definitions of these words or this vocabulary. Now, number 1, you can find lots of books in the library. Now, visitors to the school go to visitors. Anyone like parents visiting the school, where they can go, they go to the reception. Now, look, number 3, chemistry. Where do you usually do your chemistry lessons, your chemistry experiments? You do them in the lab, science lab. That's where we do our chemistry. Now, you can use computers. You use computers in the ICT room, information communication technology room. Now, this one is easy. 5. Where can students have lunch? Canteen. Now, you play musical instruments in the music room. Music room is where we learn about music. Now, you usually play volleyball and basketball in the gym. Why? Because volleyball and basketball are sports, so we do them in the gym. However, we play sports like football and hockey on the playing field. Playing field is not a gym, it's outside, because football and hockey are outdoor sports. Excellent. Now, you have lessons in, this one is easy. Where do we have our lessons? We have them in a classroom. At the beginning of the lesson, At the beginning of the lesson, where do students usually wait? They wait in the corridor before entering the classroom, before you go into the classroom. Now 11, the teachers meet and talk in the... Where do teachers meet and talk? In the teacher's room. Teacher's room. And remember, you students, you are not allowed to enter the teacher's room, because that's the teacher's privacy. So what do teachers do in the teacher's room? They usually prepare their lessons, have a coffee break, or correct papers, or grade papers. Excellent. Now, the whole school, all students with the teachers and staff, they usually meet in the hall. Hall. H-A-L-L. The hall. It's a large space in which all students and teachers and staff can meet. Now, 13. We've got floors in our schools. So we move from one floor to the other. So we walk up, and here is another phrasal verb. So remember, we studied phrasal verbs. We've got walk, verb, and preposition. So this is a phrasal verb. Okay, but this one is not separable. Okay, so you walk up or down the stairs to get to another floor. Stairs. 14, the head teacher works in the... Where does the head teacher works? In the head teacher's office. So the head teacher has got an office where he does his work. Excellent. Now, we're going to move from England to the United States. In my 3 videos, we've been talking about United Kingdom education, universities and schools and colleges. And now we are going to fly to United States. And we are going to talk about a special school. And this school is called Stratton Mountain School. The name of the school is Stratton Mountain School. Mountain school. Snow. And if you can see this photo, we see 2 students skiing. 2 students, 2 skiers. These are students, and you see the snow. So it means this school is in the mountain. This school is in the mountain. So let's learn about Stratton Mountain School. Do you love skiing and snowboarding? Do you want to be an Olympic champion? Then Stratton Mountain School in Vermont, USA is the school for you. So where is this mountain school situated? Where is it? It's in Vermont, USA. And Vermont is a state in the northeast of the USA. Now, it is a small school. The students come from all over the world. So if they come from all over the world, this means that this school is an international school. So the students come from all over the world. They study hard, and you know, just what we said about the British schools and American schools, students work hard. Because subjects in American schools and British schools are very challenging. You remember the adjective challenging. Very, very challenging. Okay, so they study hard and do their school exams. Excellent. Now, in the summer months, and you notice in summer months, in this kind of mountain school, the summer there is no snow. It doesn't snow in summer, so it snows only in winter. So, can we ski in summer? No, we can't. Excellent. So, in the summer months, that's June, July, and August, the students can do athletics, tennis, running, cycling, and skateboarding. Every morning, the students go out. Here is another phrasal verb. Verb plus adverb, out. So, students go out into the snowy mountains, mountains with snow, and train hard. At the moment, there are 68 skiers, 32 snowboarders, 16 cross-country skiers, and 4 ski jumpers. They go to the Winter Olympics and World Championships, and many win a medal. So the students from this school can win a medal and can become an Olympic champion. Excellent. So, let's find out if these sentences are true or false. Now, look at this question. Read the text opposite and check the true facts. So, if these facts are true or false. Now, we are going to ignore the gaps. We're going to talk about the gaps later. Now, 1. Students at this mountain school only do winter sports. Is it true or false? It's false. They do winter sports, but they also do summer sports. Now, 2. Students at this mountain school are only from the USA. True or false? It's false, because students at this school come from all over the world. Now, 3. Take normal school exams. This one is true. So students work hard, study hard, and take normal exams. 4. Sometimes the students at this school become champions. They become Olympic champions and can win medals. So this sentence is true. Let's find out in our text. Only do winter sports. Only winter sports. So when we say winter sports, snow sports mainly. Mainly snow sports like skiing, snowboarding, ski jumping. But that's not right, because in the summer months, the students can do athletics, tennis, running, cycling, and skateboarding. This is in the summer. Are only from the USA. Are only from the USA. So, the students come from all over the world. So we just said this school is an international school. So the students are not only from the United States, they come from all over the world. Take normal school exams. Take normal school exams. Students at Stratton Mountain School study hard and do their school exams. So this one is true. And the last one, many students, they go to the Winter Olympics and World Championships, and many win medal. And that's true. Many of the students from this school become world champions and Olympic champions. Okay, now, in the text we've got 4 gaps. 4 gaps. You see these gaps? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remember these gaps. So, for instance, here for number 1, we've got the sentence, it is a small school, gap. And then here we've got, they study hard and do their school exams, followed by a gap. In the summer months, the students can do athletics, tennis, running, cycling, and skateboarding. Gap. Here, at the moment, there are 68 skiers, 32 snowboarders, 16 cross-country skiers, and 4 ski jumpers. Gap. Now, we've got ideas. We've got ideas that are an elaboration, an extension of the sentences or the ideas I just read. For example, here A. However, the school stays open in the summer. B. They also do a lot of sport. C. But in the winter, the school timetable changes. D. Some students become full-time athletes, professional athletes, full-time athletes actually. E, there are only 120 students and there are only 10 students in a class. There are only 120 students and there are only 10 students in a class. So, let's try to find the gaps as an extension or a development or an elaboration of which of these ideas? Which of these ideas? It is a small school. 1. It is a small school. 1. It is a small school. Gap number 1. Look at E. It is a small school. There are only 120 students and there are only 10 students in a class. That's why it's a small school. Now gap 2. They study hard and do their school exams. They study hard and they do their school exams. That would be B. They study hard, they do their school exams, but they also do a lot of sports. What kind of sports? Winter sports. 3. 3. Number 3 would be, in the summer months, the students can do athletics, tennis, running, cycling, and skateboarding. Number 3 would be, that was in the summer. Now here we've got C, but in the winter, the school timetable changes. So the timetable changes from a winter timetable to a summer timetable because the sports change and the activities change. Okay. And number 4, at the moment, there are 68 skiers, 32 snowboarders, 16 cross-country skiers, and 4 ski jumpers. Some students, that would be D, some students become full-time athletes. Some students, those who win medals, they become professional athletes. So the one that is not needed is A. We don't need it. However, the school stays open in the summer. We don't need it. And actually the text, it says that in the summer, the school is open. So let's stop here and let's meet in my next video. My next lesson. Thank you so much.